Can we do it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, sure.
Remember, Jen, you're now 3 minutes over.
All right. Well, you'll hear less of me now.
Adjust your time accordingly.
All right. Did it. Get this out of your way. All right. And this will be my last show for Kid from the Radio. Welcome, guys.
So just remember, this is being recorded. Rule is simple. Whenever Jen says live studio audience, we want to hear yay.
All right, all right.
Otherwise, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Is that a laser over there?
Sorta. Well, no. All right, let's go.
Ready?
Is everybody ready?
Everybody's ready. Here we go.
My God. Well,
Yeah,
all right.
Let them play the
I
music.
gotta play the music. All right, here we go. Hold on.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
my fault. All right.
There we go. My God.
The following is brought to you in part by MFC Studios. The views of the show's host and guests do not necessarily reflect those of the management, owners, or staff of this radio station. And now, it came from the radio.
You are listening to It Came From the Radio, the official show of the Big Apple Con. We are with our live studio audience for the 106th live show at the East Meadow Public Library. They got quite the show, if you will, setting up here. Yeah, we got to see a lot of BTS hidden things going on here. We're here with senior correspondent Charles Saladino.
How's everybody doing?
It's been a long time. It's nice to have you back. And with filmmaker Lee Kolinsky.
Hello, everybody.
So our great co-hosts, hopefully they'll jump in if I lose track. We'll see. We got started at rocky starts. Maybe the rest will be smooth. We'll see what happens, you know? Sometimes something crazy in life happens and the rest is real smooth. And who else is here? You haven't heard one voice you hear on the radio every week. And joining us for the first time guest is comic book writer and designated creator, Mark Torres.
Thank you for having me.
For those on the radio, he's wearing red. All right, on this week's show, we're going to be talking to, with, and about Mark, which is awesome because he's here. Love Mark. When I say God bless Mark, we're going to say that later in the show. But before that, we have to take it away with the news. The news is brought to you in part by Sci-Fi.radio. That's sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. As the Big Apple Con, of which we are the official radio show celebrating 29 years of pop culture-ness and comic book stuff. For more information, go to www.bigapplecc.com. Their next convention is scheduled for November the 21st, and tickets are not on sale now. Also, we want to give a shout out to our Patreons, of which there are Danny Grill, award-winning Jared Burrell, Newsday famous Dresden Media, Shadow Rabbit Art, Yasmin and Ray, The Hurricane, Millie Portez, and GTS Comics. If you want your own shout out, go to our website, www.itcamefromtheradio.com, and on there you'll find a button to take you right to our Patreon page. People push my buttons all day, but I'm here. Alright, also on It Came From the Radio website is Mark's comic book Designated, which is about two warring alien races fighting over a newly discovered power source. The war finds its way to Earth, and some humans gain abilities as a result. Issue 1 and Issue 2 are on sale right now. Plus on the website we have an option to get a special designated shout out for those who want to support the comic. We have one special designated shout out for Jimmy Palmiotti. Mark put in the notes that there was a song sang last week, but apparently I went into song and I don't remember it last month. I have no idea what the song was, but maybe it wasn't Psycho Killer, because that's the only song I really sang. Psycho Killer and the Beatles, The Walrus, those are my two favorite songs. Anyway, we'll get to Mark's favorite songs later, because I'm going to interview him. So, we got a lot of interesting questions for this guy. And as always, against my will, we start off the show with a downer, with the sad news, where I would like to petition to get off the show. But here we go anyway. Director James Edward Burrows, known professionally as James Burrows, died recently. As of this recording, no cause has been announced. James directed over 237 movies and TV shows and was a co-creator of the NBC sitcom Cheers. On top of that, he had a hand in such shows as Frasier, Will and Grace, Friends, Taxi, Gary Unmarried, all the in front of a live studio audience shows, Mike and Molly, and the William Shatner series, My Dad Says, back in 2010, just to name a few. Alright, so Cheers. Did you guys watch Cheers? You watch any of these shows? You got anything to say about the guy who died?
Oh gosh, you ready? You wanna go with that one?
I watched a lot of that stuff, it was really good. It's very sad that he's gone, he was very talented, and we're gonna miss him.
Thank you. I'm glad I could hear you, senior correspondent. As far as Cheers goes, I just like to say one of my favorite songs is "Sometimes I like to go where nobody knows my name."
Down, 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 down.
And I'm always glad I came. Yeah.
Did you ever hear the whole song?
What's that?
Did you ever hear the whole song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some weird.
It's a little depressing.
There's some weird things. in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in that
I was
song.
gonna do the choir part.
Oh, you can go ahead and sing if you want.
But you didn't go that far.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, it's nice to go where people don't know your name sometimes, you know.
Great show.
oh my God, fabulous show. Great spin-off of that show, Frasier.
Frasier was good too.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say goodbye.
Frasier
Like
is-
cheers, goodbye. Yeah. Or like, let's pour one out. Anyway, okay, moving on. He was 85, RIP. This is all for Mark. I'm doing this all for Mark. Last bit of sad news. Actor and comedian Ronald Ralph Shell also died recently. Also, no cause has been given. While Ralph is perhaps best known for his role as Duke Slater in 92 episodes of the series as Gomer Pyle from 1964 to 1969, Mark knew him best as the voice of Rick Raccoon, the leader, for 23 episodes of the animated series Shirt Tales, as well as Jason, the original Battle of the Cartoon, for 85 episodes way back in 1978. He was 94. Mark Torres, you're here. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about this?
Battle of the Planets was a great animated series when I was a kid. One of the things that stuck out about it was that the main character's name was Mark, so I made an instant connection of that.
Oh, really?
And the rebel guy, the Wolverine type character, if you will, was named Jason,
Mhm.
and that was the guy who did the voice.
So you don't get jealous that there's another Mark out there
No.
stealing some shine from you?
Not at all.
I don't know. I hear there's another Jen. I'm like, who's this other Jen? Jen who? You know? I don't know. All right. Now we're done with the sad news. Thank God. Whew, whew, whew. All right. From the That's a Lot of Nuts department, the new Toy Story sequel, part 5 of those of you keeping track, I am not, has held on to the #1 spot in the domestic box office, pulling in an additional $70.8 million in ticket sales in its second week of release, beating out the new Supergirl movie, which came in at #2 spot, making a quote, disappointing $37.1 million in its first week of release. For those of you keeping track, the Super Mario sequel is still the highest grossing film this year so far, with $429.7 million, followed by Michael Jackson biopic with the $370.5 million. Toy Story has jumped from #6 to 4th place in just 1 week. Has anyone seen any of these movies? Like to comment?
No.
Yeah, I did. I saw Supergirl.
Let's hear it, because I've heard mixed things about that.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan.
Why not? Are you sexist?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Are you racist and sexist, and that's why you don't like Supergirl?
If that's how you want to paint me today. No.
I'm too lazy to paint you.
Okay. No, the first like 10, 20 minutes were like really good, but then it
Okay.
just kind of got to a point where it was like, it was kind of boring. It felt like it was very like set design was kind of, I mean, it was nice, but it was like CGI. It was kind of like, it felt like you were on a set watching it to a degree. So, and the plot itself was just kind of, I have a theory that if you have a kid in a movie with an adult throughout, like most of those movies are pretty terrible. So
Because, why do you think?
the kid gets kind of annoying. So
Oh, the kid gets
yeah, the
annoying.
kid gets kind of annoying, and they kind of focused on the kid most of the time.
Oh, see, I would think it's because you have to do like earmuffs around children and like kind of bring it down and everything, you know?
Yeah, no, not really.
Alright.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, you know, like if there's a kid around, I gotta like kind of
It's kind of
water myself down.
PG movie.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I think it was PG. No.
We should have learned from Japan
Mm-hmm.
not to put kids in movies, because they put their
The
all.
kids stink.
Yeah, not that they stink.
Oh, well.
It's just so, you know, it's just you want to take their heads and squeeze them because They're in, not
You want to
literally.
take their heads and squeeze
Not
them.
literally.
Clarify yourself.
But I'll give you examples.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you examples. They have
Yeah,
a
please.
movie like Godzilla, right? Or any monster movie from
Yes,
Japan.
yes.
You always have a kid with a baseball cap on,
Right.
right? And he's the most annoying thing in the movie. And he'll run in and he'll say something like, Godzilla is my friend, right?
Right, right.
But,
right there on that book.
but,
Right,
Godzilla
right.
is my friend. But I would love for Godzilla to eat him, like right away. Here's my friend. That would be a great movie.
You can find Charles Saladino in the Epstein files.
You know, there's a difference. If it's an all kid movie, it's fine.
Okay.
You know, if
Yeah,
it's like the movie
definitely.
Sandler, right?
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
But but isn't it interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Getting serious now, because I was kidding about the other stuff.
Sure.
Just how the first Supergirl with Helen Slater
Oh yeah.
and this one
Mhm.
is so like identical. They both didn't do well.
Hmm.
And,
They didn't do well, but they could have probably. Well, this one could have done better. I just don't think they put a good plot together.
Yeah, in this day and age, it could have did a lot better.
Well, you also had Jason Momoa in there, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's gonna be great," but he was all right. You know,
I don't
I didn't
get-
even
I
know
don't
I was
get
in
it.
the movie.
But how was the dog? That's my question.
Dog was good.
There you go.
Dog was fine.
We complained that it felt like set decoration, so that's why when I was setting up the show, I wanted to feel really raw and uncut today and real and nothing too manufactured. So that was my reasoning behind today's setup. All right, moving on. From the hey, I want some money too department, none other than comic book artist Mark Brooks took to social media to discuss his thoughts on retailer exclusive comic book cover variants. Mark, not me, says. I'll read it. I'm finding out more and more about some of these retailers and the exclusive absolute Batman variants. In many cases, the retailers make it mid to high five figures, sometimes even in the six figures, while only giving the artists 100 issues or so for them to sell themselves, plus a little money, often around like $1,000. The more I hear about this, the angrier I get it. Excuse me, Charles. If you're a retailer making mid to high five figures and not cutting the artist in, I hope the artist figures it out and stops doing variants for you. If I found out a retailer was treating a creator that way, I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure they know how to be taken advantage of. Those days need to be over. You hear that? Over. Respect and compensate the creator that's making you a lot of money. You hear that, Mark? These are methods and ways to do things that benefit everyone and make the retailer more successful in the long run. This is not against retailers that are ethical. I love and support retailers, I do. And do covers for them from time to time. Jesus, that's right. Hell, I'm doing one for a retailer right now. I just think there needs to be more transparency and more respect. There's plenty to go around for everyone. As always, the internet's response has been swift and divisive. To which Mark replies, I'm speaking simply of exclusive done by an artist for a retailer. Non-exclusives, general stock are not part of the discussion or the point I'm trying to make. Interior artists, inkers, letterers, writers all get royalties for the number of books sold. That includes retailer variants. The more retailer variants that are ordered, the more money the entire team makes. Except for cover artists. Cover artists don't receive any royalties. Not even the main cover artists, even if they're the interior artists as well. They'll get royalties from the interior, of course, but not the cover. The cover artists normally receive a flat fee regardless of how successful a book is. My goal, Mark Brooks, is for everything to be transparent, with the artist and retailer knowing what they're agreeing to so they can make a more informed decision. I also would like to see retailers and artists partnering rather than just being a hired gun situation. You, as a retailer, contact DC and get Artist X to do a retailer variant for you. You then reach out to artists offering a partnership and set out expectations. You spend $15,000 to print the book. The artist begins promoting the book cover on all the social media pages, and in some cases, that means reaching hundreds of thousands of people. They include links to your store, process shots of the cover, and maybe a time-lapse video or two, while constantly mentioning your store and when the covers will be available. They literally do the marketing for you. This is the artist buy into the partnership. The cover gets released and you sell out. You pull in $70,000 for one book. After recouping, printing, shipping, etc., you have $40,000. You then split that with the artist so you each have $20K profit. Congrats, you just made more money than you would have made with the old method. I hope this helps better explain my point of view. You, of course, are welcome to disagree. My methods and opinions come from experience over many years, and I don't come by them lightly. I want everyone to be successful, and I feel we can do it if we all work together and not continually try to take advantage of each other. I know it's the capitalistic way, but it's not always the best way.
See, Mark? She sounds exactly like the guy.
Exactly. I am
Exactly.
Mark Brooks. So thoughts on all of this?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Oh,
I'd like to hear from the audience, but they're not mic'd right now because we do have some comic book artists, or at least one in the audience right now. I can't speak right now. What do you think? What do you think of this, Mark Torres?
So I think the guy is trying to use the same problem that's been having with a lot of TV shows back in the day, most famously Dukes of Hazzard, where the people are signed a contract, they do the work, they get paid for the work, the product gets really, really big, and then they're like, hey, I want a share of that. And so what he's saying is that the cover artists are like that. So if there was a TV show called New York Undercover, it was on Fox, and the two leads were like, hey, we want more money. But it was Fox, and the next season they killed off one of the guys in a car explosion. And as I mentioned, Dukes of Hazzard, they did replace Bo and Luke Duke with Coy and Vance because there was a dispute, and they walked off the show because of merchandising, and they felt they wanted more money. And as you know, I'm a very huge Power Rangers fan, and that was a big point of contention for Power Rangers, is that they signed a contract to be in the show became a global sensation, they were making pennies on a dollar, and they were like, hey, we want more money, or we walk. And they walked because they didn't get more money. So that's what he wants. And then as you also read, that he's saying that his plan is to basically turn the cover artist into a marketing machine for them. I think that's just a really stupid idea, because now they're not doing what they're hired to do. They're hired to draw a cover. For my book, I got a cover artist. You did the issues too. You got paid to be a model for the second thing. That's it. That's the extent of it. At no point in time should I be like, well, in addition to that, I want you to go on social media and make a big thing out of it and to promote it, and then you'll reap part of the money coming back.
Yeah.
And the counter argument is, what if the product is unsuccessful? So are they now going to give you money?
Well, I understand where Mark or myself is coming from, my alter ego, because I've always said that for my own projects, I only want people involved who will promote. So if there's a cover artist, audio, even if there's a director of photography, this is very unorthodox, but I'm very unorthodox. I want everyone promoting. I don't want anyone on my set or involved in any of my projects who's just going to take the paycheck and do the audio work or set deck, and then that's it. I want everyone, because if everyone pitches in and everyone promotes and helps, then now you have a team working together. Otherwise, you just have one producer, like it always is, maybe an actor or two that's usually narcissistic and wants to promote things for their own self-serving interests. But you got to work together as a team. So I actually would put it in a contract, like you have to promote this many times per year. And if you don't want to do it, don't even get involved. Like don't even enter my house if you're not gonna go out of your way to do good for me in my house and clean a floor. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you just have to surrounded by takers. So I don't know. I think that's the way you got to do it to be successful. So I understand where it's coming from. But to make and I'd be fine with you telling me that I have to promote your stuff, but it would have to be discussed ahead. But anyway, so yeah, people should all pitch in. Do you really want someone on your team who's not helping? That's my point of view. All right, let's move on. Next piece of news. All right, I actually have something to say about this. All right, did I not talk at all yet? From the Do You Really Own It department, none other than PlayStation has announced that as of January 2028, every new PlayStation game will be released digital only. Physical disc production for new titles is ending. On top of that, Microsoft is already testing a tool that converts physical discs into digital licenses tied to the disc itself, meaning that if you sell it or lend it, the license transfers with it. Executives say, consumer preferences in the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital. For all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles starting on January 2028, From that date forward, new games will only be available to buy via the PlayStation Store or from retailers in digital formats only. Thoughts on any of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's just moving away from, physicality again, right? Physical pieces,
Mhm,
and so it just becomes, money, more of a moneymaker when you're like in the cloud or wherever you want to call it,
Right.
so you can kind of constantly sell from that point of view. And if something upgrades, you get caught on pay more for this next feature, right? It's like paying for, if you're playing Fortnite or something like that, you get new skins or whatever, it's like extra charge, right? So, I mean, there's always people out there who want the physical media of it, so you're gonna have people on, I guess, secondary markets doing that, which I think is still good because we do a lot of collections of DVDs and, cassette tapes are, kind of make a comeback a little bit, and records are definitely a comeback, so there's always gonna be people doing that. But with the new generation of kids who don't care about any of that stuff for the most part, it's, online just seems like the next stage. I'm hearing now that with even cars, they're gonna make you do subscriptions to like navigation. So, I think Toyota's coming out with something. So it's just the way that things are. They just constantly just charging you.
You have kids, so what do your kids have any thoughts on this? Do they care if they own movies,
Well,
video games? You have a lot of kids too, Charlie.
I don't know. Mine are just very much on the physical media still. So
Okay.
like, actually, my daughter doesn't care one way or another. 'Cause she doesn't play games and stuff like that. My son is more in the records, so he's constantly collecting. He's at every record trade show there is. So
Wow.
he's only looking for one artist, but he's definitely
Johnny
like
Cash?
Johnny Cash.
Oh my
Always
god.
Johnny
That's
Cash.
hilarious.
So-
That's really funny.
But yeah, that's what he does. He doesn't really care about the digital side of things.
Okay. Charles, Zeldino.
I think, they get together and somebody has to, just justify their paycheck, and they come up with, oh, this will be more money, let's monopolize this area. We'll make more money, and then they really don't see the reality part of it. And that, that's always a chance. Reality, I mean, like, it's anything when you're making a movie and you think it's gonna be the greatest movie, you promote it, and then all of a sudden, how did this not work, But it's all from the minds of people who think they know what the public wants.
Well, I'll never say it's going to be the greatest movie. As I said to my mom on the way here, hope is the root cause of disappointment. So I have none. No, I had some hope. But you'll never see me saying, I have 2 movies that I produced coming out Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday, excuse me. I'm not telling anyone it's the best thing ever. Actually, one was voted as best horror film in the whole festival. I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. But
Yeah,
whatever. But that's
exactly.
tangential.
This worked for me, let's see if other people get it, so.
Well, as far as physical media, here's one, I've only heard bad things, but here's one positive thing, right? So if you have a DVD with scratch, that's it, right? If you have your own physical copy. But if your cloud isn't working, you can call somebody, press 2, press 5 to talk to whoever, and maybe they'll upgrade your cloud copy. So that's maybe one benefit, right? Because what happens if you scratch a DVD, your dog eats it, it's done, right?
You get
Yeah,
a
you get a new
classic
one.
sound from it. A lot of people prefer the albums with the scratches.
Okay.
It's more nostalgic, it's more of nothing. And, my clouds never work, by the way.
Okay.
Just want to say that.
Cumulonimbus. Mark,
Yes.
any thoughts on this?
Well,
On the physical media,
I think
the ending of it, possibly?
it's set up so that way you can keep on paying more for the same thing you've already had. That's the way
Marriage.
things have been going.
Well, yeah. I
That's
mean,
the way things have been going for a long time, is that instead of buying one thing one time, why can't you charge a monthly fee for the same exact thing? That's what it is, and people are buying it, and I think it's a horrible thing that's happening.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible, no good, very bad day.
Horrible,
Moving on to
no
the
good,
next
very
piece
bad
of
day.
news. All right, finally from the It's Al, not AI department, none other than Weird Al Yankovic mentioned that a business software company offered a, quote, nice pile of money to be in a commercial only to find out it was for AI, and then he turned it down. Al Yankovic says it was business software that would increase productivity, and they offered me a nice pile of money. I said, oh, well, yeah, sure, I could do that. And then a week before we were supposed to shoot it, I found out, oh, this is AI. And I thought, oh no, I can't be the poster boy for AI. Forget it. So I felt bad about kind of pulling out at the last minute. Would you represent an AI company, Mark Torres?
So it's funny, I've been being the what's the word, the promotion guy,
PR.
not the,
Face of,
Yeah.
the figurehead, the bobblehead.
giving
Poster boy?
praise to Weird Al Yankovic because,
Okay.
as you mentioned before, that Michael is the second highest grossing film of this year, and it's a biopic, and I've explained many times my issues with biopics.
Right.
But Weird Al Yankovic's biopic is exactly what a biopic is. It's completely fake.
Right.
So if you watch the Weird Al Yankovic biopic, you're like, oh, I understand what a biopic should be, because it's not. So having him being against AI, I think is a great thing, especially since it's Al, not AI. And I think that guy thought it was just an idea.
Right.
Like, oh, let's hire this guy because it's weird AI as opposed to weird guy.
Alright, I think we can,
It's a good idea.
weird AI.
Idea.
It is, there's a lot of weird
Yeah.
AI out there. I'm coming desensitized to it. Alright, let's do one piece of news before we go to the break real quick. Speaking of GTA Grand Theft Auto, from the if you want to play the game, you better buy a plane ticket department. Months before its release, countries Bahrain, China, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Russian Federation, and Taiwan have all banned the sale and the play of the game in their countries. This is due to the, quote, violent and sexual content shown in GTA 5, which is also banned in these countries previously. You think this should be banned? You think these countries should be banning this game?
Well, it's their rules, you know. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
the game is pretty violent, but you know, I mean, it's a different country, so I can't really say.
Do you
know,
think your
that.
kids would get more violent from playing this game?
Would they get more violent? No, I don't think they get more violent. I think it's just not necessary. I mean, it is. I mean, you could do a lot of crazy stuff in that game. So I don't know if it's. You know, if I want them to even do it here for the most part. You know, it depends. I mean, I've seen kids really young play that game. It's insane. So it's a parenting issue, but you know, I mean, if another country doesn't want that game, then you know, I mean, there's censorship all over the places. It's not just the games. It's other things like the media.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we have a lot of games about shooting people, and I think we should have games about farming. Seriously, because if we have more farming and more people growing their own food and doing healthy things like cleaning their own homes, that would be a good role model. So,
Do
Yeah.
you remember Farmville?
yeah, Farmville,
oh,
right? Yeah,
well,
Farmville.
you're
I used
actually
to
a
play
farmer,
that.
really?
That's
so
all
it
you did
exists.
was farm.
Yeah, you just farm.
Oh, okay.
One of my coworkers at
But you have to
the-
buy things. Don't you have to buy all these upgrades?
I don't know.
No,
I
you
never
don't.
played
You
it.
didn't at the time.
Really?
No.
I just remember
Oh, okay.
that my one of my coworkers at the movie theater I used to work at, she loved that game, and she used to be like, "I need you to press a button so that I can get more crops
Right.
Yeah.
on
Yes.
your
Yeah.
Like
computer."
till your farm or something.
So like you're supposed to like or something that they did, and then they get more points or farming.
Right.
I don't know,
You
but I
just
just know she
wait
was
for your
crazy
corn
about
to
farming.
grow. It's like a crazy thing. Like you wait 2 days, you know, for corn to grow. But let it grow the tomatoes. It takes a day.
Yeah.
You know, in 30
Okay.
seconds. You know, and then you get the points. So it's just
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
That's huge.
Instinct,
That's what like
okay.
Facebook was built on, was Farmville.
that's true.
Oh, so
Yeah,
okay, so
yeah,
this
basically.
grand idea I had already exists. Look at that. Well, where have I been? All right, speaking of that, where have I been? We're gonna go on a break right now, so we're gonna say goodbye to our live studio audience for a quick second. We're gonna go to a break. Thanks for listening to Came From the Radio. Yay.
Hey everybody, this is Todd McFarlane of the
All right.
record-setting Spawn comic series. And if you're looking for any kind of cool conversation about creators, about entertainment, about all that good stuff, you go to It Came From the Radio. You're listening to the right spot.
All right.
This is Quentin Flynn, a popular voice actor known for Axel, Timon, and Raiden from the Metal Gear series. And you're listening to It Came From the Radio. Stick around.
Hey, I'm Mike Kingston, the writer and creator of Headlocked.
And I am WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. And guess what you're listening to? You're listening to It Came From the Radio.
Hey, this is Billy West from Show Business. You're listening to It Came From the Radio. Get out. Get out.
Hi, this is Amy Jo Johnson, writer-director from the film The Space Between, and you're listening to It Came From the Radio.
having fun on It Came From the Radio. Me, Greg Berger, also.
Now, back to our show.
Hey everybody, this is Todd McFarlane.
Alright, welcome back to the Came From the Radio. This is Jennifer Louise Feldman, your host for the day. Sorry, Mark Torres. Well, he's here, but he's a guest on the show today. And we're here to see your correspondent, Charles Saladino, and filmmaker, and playwright, and all types of things, and dad.
All-around guy.
Lee Kowinski. Alright, so now we're going to interview Mark Torres. This happened, I think, the last time, 2022. I think that's the last time we did this.
Well, it's the last time that you
That
interviewed
I
me,
interviewed you, yes.
but I have not been interviewed on my own show in this way, in front of a live studio audience.
I don't think yeah. All right, so before we get into the interview, I just have to say some things about Mark. Now, if it was up to me, I'd go full Howard Hughes. I have an interesting little story about that. I never leave my house. But whenever I talk to Mark Torres, whether it be a late night random phone call or doing a radio show, I'm always glad that he's alive, and I always feel uplifted and I feel charged after. Some other people, on the other hand, totally drain me and they make me curse my existence. Truly. So, just wanted to start out and say, God bless Mark Torres! Hallelujah! Amen! Alright, and he, in my eyes, he always treats the guests and people with compassion and courteousness and respect. And above success ratings, money, vacations, I hate vacations, so no, I'm not saying much. Did I say I hate leaving my house? How the people that I work with treat others matters more than all else. I think that at all times, and I think at the end of life and now, what will matter most is how we treat other travelers on this crazy place called Earth. So Mark, I'm glad we met by chance or destiny, and I feel like I've become a better person, maybe not today. And I appreciate our differences, and I always learn a lot, so thank you. So before I ask you anything related to your designated comic books, I have to ask why you seem to make efforts to treat people with compassion instead of being a life ruiner. Why do you do this?
Wow. First off, that sounded like my eulogy, so thank you for that.
You know.
Geez, I don't know. It's just something that you never know what anybody's going through. You never know the whole story. So you just kind of give them a benefit of the doubt unless they are actively mean to you. I think, why not? It doesn't cost you anything extra, it doesn't hurt. And maybe sometimes, you have to put yourself in this situation. You're like, things kind of suck for me. And if someone showed me a little bit of kindness and niceness, it'd make my day better. So
True.
That's what I kind of do.
True. Yes, I recognize little pieces of kindness that have made my days better and other worse. Although one piece of animosity that happened recently actually made my day better because it was really funny to laugh at it. But anyway, all right, so let's go into your book. So we have Designated 1, comic book. We have Designated 2, and I guess spoiler, the end of Designated 2 has, I guess, what looks like a dragon, or it looks like a snake with wings. And I was reading all these real near-death experiences online for 2 hours, from 6 in the morning to 8 in the morning the other day. This is how I spend my time. So, and one person said that when they died, they saw like a reptilian snake-like being that also had wings. And it reminded me of the creature that is the end of Designated 2. So my question for you is, do you believe in other dimensions and other planets? We're going to start off real light.
Other dimensions and planets. Well, just by randomness, I think there has to be more than just us. They say it's an infinite amount of planets out there. There's got to be another one. There's got to be at least one other one. And then the rule is if there's one, then there has to be another one. And if there's two, there has to be a third one. So yes, I believe that there is other life out there. And as for alternate universes, that's a very contradictory one, I would say. Because on one hand, you can say that everything is supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen, and so therefore there is no free will, and everything is just going to happen the way it is, so therefore there is no multiverse. Or, at the same time, that every single second is an opportunity for so many things to happen that it will make a whole multiverse, and there's one universe where I'm sitting over there and you're sitting over here, there's one universe where you're not here, it's a whole bunch of things. So I think both of them at the same time.
So why did you pick this creature to end your book?
Well, so
why not like a wolf
to end issue 2, spoilers completely for a story that hasn't come out
yet.
yet.
You just turn to the end page. It's not that spoilerish, right?
So
I don't believe in spoilers, but anyway.
the little Chinese boy with the hat
Uh-huh.
that Charlie hates.
I hate him. I don't even know him. I hate him.
But he's in comic book form, so it's different, not movie form.
Oh, okay. So he, in the book, he's manifesting his powers,
Okay.
and because he's a Chinese boy, he created a dragon. And I told the artist to draw a dragon,
Okay.
and that's the type of dragon he drew. So I did not tell him what the dragon would look like.
Okay.
He, the artist, interpreted the word dragon to that I was sort of a different type of dragon, the more classic dragons like the ones of American dragons. But I guess he had a
Well, I didn't know what
Japanese.
language this dragon speaks, so it could be American.
Well, it was a
Could be
Chinese
New
boy,
York.
and the artist
Ah,
obviously had a Asian influence.
I see. All right, moving on. Next question. We got a lot of questions for you. One of your characters in Designated 2 doesn't want anyone to see his fear. Do you think that? Well, first of all, do you think aliens exist?
I just said that.
Well,
before.
aliens. Not we said other dimensions. I'm saying like aliens.
Yes.
Like me. All right. So maybe I'm an alien. All right. Do you
Hey,
think that?
don't get pissy with the host.
That's okay. He can. It's
Try to
fine.
be the guest.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Bring it on. Come at me, bro. Do you think that aliens have egos and insecurities like us mortals?
Oof. Jesus, I don't know. I would guess that just to make an interesting story, the villains have to have all the traits of the humans so that people can relate to that. So in this situation, for the comic book, I would say yes. For like real aliens,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say probably not, because they would be an advanced thing. Like it's like a fish and a human. The fish would think that. Would the fish think that a human would act like a fish, or not? So you don't know because you can't think like a fish. So if a human would think a higher being would think like us or not, you wouldn't know because of a higher being.
I've been told by like 9 or 10 people I'm part alien, by the way. And 2 said specifically from my dad's side of the family, and they described my dad and his dad and some very interesting traits they have. So I don't know. Maybe I'm part alien, but I'm part alien, not 100%.
Which part?
My dad's side, not my mom's side. My dad's like 90% superhuman, according to one lady. Okay. And I have a lot of fear. So, hey, what are you gonna do? And maybe a little ego. All right, 2 things that scare you. Go.
Death?
Death.
Taxes.
Taxes. Taxes.
Doing my taxes, that's pretty scary.
Yes, agreed. So death and taxes. What about you guys? You don't have any fears? Maybe he doesn't want to show his fear. He's like the alien.
Speaking in front of people.
Speaking in front of people.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right. He's not a person, he's an alien. He's just an illusion. I put him there. Don't worry. To scare you.
I have a fear. Connie's small hands.
Really? I have big hands, so
No,
you're
no.
fine.
Is it a clown fear or is it just carnies?
Just Connie's.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna move on to some other stuff, but one more on this type of world. Do you believe in God, angels, or demons?
Oh, wow.
God, angels, and demons. Do I believe in God? I used to, not anymore. I
Really?
believe that there is some type of thing out there. There was ridiculousness. Was it the guy Bill Maher?
Religiousness?
Religiousness, yes. There was a part in religiousness that he said he doesn't believe in God, but he has seen things, and what people have seen can contribute that is God. And I'm like, huh. So I'm kind of on that boat that maybe there isn't a God as it's described, but what we don't understand can be interpreted as God.
Well, I know this is your interview. A really quick note. I've had, I think, 7 people die, I want to say, and I can show
At the same
text
time?
messages, all different times. But some people I hadn't heard from in years, and they all went out of their way to contact me. One contacted me from 2 different phone numbers right before they died, like days, and they said almost the same message. And that's just very interesting or weird, like right before they die. And a few people have said it's God speaking through these people to tell me this message. And it's the same message through all like 7 people. And I barely even knew some of these people, but they went out of their way to be like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So, yeah, kind of interesting.
What's the message?
The message, strangely, is to do funny videos. To keep doing funny videos. and to outdo SNL according to Line. Yes, from multiple people. I can show you the messages.
You know,
they're written out,
You know,
and I can show you the deaths too. It's very crazy.
I don't want to take the bait, but I'm gonna have to. You believe that God
I
is telling
believe-
you
This is what other
to
people
do.
said.
Yeah, but you say that the
7 people in a row.
that is
right before
giving
they
you a
died.
message
Yeah,
to make funny videos. That's the message.
I know. I
Of all the
know.
messages to get, that's the message you're getting.
Dude, I know. It actually makes sense based on, you know, what
Must
has
be a
going
damn
on.
good video.
Yeah, they said to make silly videos. They said they one guy said, "Oh, it cheers up my day," and I'm not just saying that. One guy I hadn't heard from in 3 years, and I want to say either that day, or the next day, or 48 hours, he got into a motorcycle accident. And another, I can print these all out. I wouldn't say anything if I couldn't back it up. I can find them. Anyway, that's very weird messages, but hey, so what do we think we're doing right now? We're making a weird video, okay? All right. So 2 pet peeves. Pet peeves.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were.
Next question.
I thought you were segueing.
No segue.
No
I
segue.
Just
I don't
throw
believe,
out-
I don't believe
No,
in
Mr.
segues.
Segues,
No
yeah.
segues.
You just throw out a.
Just get right
sentence.
into it. Yeah, get right into
After
it. No
this,
foreplay, no
question.
segues. 2 pet peeves.
Jesus.
This show's about you, Mark.
Man, I'm glad I had no idea what was gonna happen. Pet peeves. All right, let's see. People who touch my stuff,
Oh yeah. Agreed.
and people who don't do what they say they're gonna do.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Agree. Actually, both. Both, but I got a long list. Any pet peeves you'd like to share?
No, but I have a question for Mark. A very
Uh-huh.
stress-free question for Mark. You, not only your passion for comic books and everything like that, I've seen that. You also host a show called It Came From the Radio.
Why?
For many, many years.
Right.
And I've listened a couple of times.
Just a couple.
But
Say a couple,
I
yeah.
know you've been on for years. Stress-free question. Who is your favorite co-host?
I just started, man.
You pick someone who retired. Herman, right?
My favorite I would go with Herman because. So for those of you who do not know,
Oh.
Herman Sinertia, we referringly love to as calling him Shemp, is Charlie Saladino's one of his best friends. I actually met Herman Sinertia at the movie theater I used to work at. He was the projectionist. And that man was insane, and he was hilarious, and he was a great entertaining person
I
to
thought you
be
were gonna
on.
say him.
I said it.
He, on certain levels, is a part of Jen where you have no idea what they're gonna say, and 8 times out of 10 it's pretty darn entertaining what they said. I will just mention this one time. We had the head of New York Comic Con, Lance Fensterman, on the show live on the radio at WGBB, where we've been doing the show for quite some time. And Herman decides to ask him for a job. So
Okay.
you don't ask the
It
head of a
didn't-
company.
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. But you don't ask the guy live
On
for
air.
an on-air for
Maybe
a
you
job.
do. Maybe you do.
Is that a pet peeve?
It's not a pet peeve, but it's just a craziest thing that he did it with such sincerity. It wasn't a malicious thing. It wasn't he was trying to be funny. He just wanted a job. So that's why I would say he would be my favorite.
The funniest thing is we never put the disclaimer on the views of the
That came later.
That was for him.
Oh, wow.
That came later, yes.
Wow.
We were always calm. We were always Switzerland neutral. We loved our guests whether we liked their product or not. But Herman we would cringe whenever he opened his mouth. It was a scary thing.
Cringe sounds
Oh,
great.
we would like actually go like
Wow.
we never knew what was flying out. And Mark is absolutely right. I wanted to go under the desk when he said he asked him for the job. Oh my God, yeah, it was great. So that disclaimer is not for anybody who came. It was for Herman. Yeah.
Okay. All right, switch it. No segue. No segues. Don't believe in spoilers because a spoiler it can never spoil the experience you get from watching or reading or doing something. So I don't care. You can tell me the whole thing. I don't believe in spoilers. Never will. All right, no segues. Who are your top 3 actors of all time? Or just pick 3 you'd like to see tonight. Maybe who are you in the mood for today? You have to watch 3 actors of any type, adult or kid actor. You know.
I will modify that to be the top 3 celebrities.
All right.
So
Sure.
I've always had a list of people I either wanted to meet, and then as time went on to interview. So Bill Bixby, Paul.
You're welcome.
Bill Bixby, who played the Incredible Hulk. He played Banner of the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Paul Rubens, who was Pee Wee Herman, and Adam West, who was the original Batman of the 1966 series. Those would be like the top actors I would really like to.
How about people that are, you know, you could actually talk to now?
A lot of people. The only person I would really like to talk to is Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Oh, well, that's.
He seems obtainable.
Yeah.
He's not as easily attainable as I would like him to be.
Alright.
I just texted a producer as I'm walking in who just met him like recently. So.
Way to rub it in.
Well, listen, I didn't want to go. I was really driving. I didn't want to leave my house. Okay.
We were supposed to go to meet Kevin Smith.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I don't like to go watch my own movies. You know, I'd rather just make them. All right. Now, bringing back people from the past. 2 people from the past in your life. If you could bring them back, who would you bring back and why?
Well, my mom, because she died.
That makes
and she was a great inspiration to me, and my greatest friend Andre, who died recently. Really, it was probably one of the most devastating deaths I've had, and it still affected me. It's only been a year and change. His birthday was a couple weeks ago. Huge. It's like walking around with missing an arm.
And what's one thing or 2 that you liked about him?
Andre?
Yeah.
He was my go-to guy. Actually, I dedicated the second issue to him, and I even mentioned him in the first issue. He's just someone who was always there, and he's one of those people where you don't know how integral they are until they're gone. You know, they always say, oh, you don't know until, you can't appreciate something until they're gone. I appreciated him, I did, but when he died, I didn't realize how integral to my life he was and how often we connected and talked and interacted on a daily basis. So now that every day goes by, we're like, oh, this is the thing I would have talked to him about. This is the phone call I would have made. It doesn't happen. So those would be the 2 people.
You know, that wouldn't have happened if you do what I do. Almost every time I'm with my dog and many people, I actually picture them dying. I say, this might be the last time, so let's make the most of it. And I really do. And I try to be like, all right, well, let's really make the most of everything because this is all
right. The last time you do something may be the last time you do something.
Yeah. All right, so back to your comic book. Now, Natasha, the main character, who I play, she's kind of ditzy. I don't think she's a brainiac. If I had to say what her IQ is, I would imagine it's like 100 to 115. I don't think it's above that. And just for reference, you know, I haven't really brought my A game to the show, but I was supposed to be like 135 at one point, which is still not that high. But anyway, so as far as intelligence goes and the persona of Natasha, this broad right here, your main character, Lady. Yeah, she's a broad. She's a broad. She's a lady. She's a dame. She doesn't look like a flip flop or a floozy or a flim flam or a hua. Now.
A hua?
No, she doesn't.
What's a hua?
You don't
This is
wanna
a
know
PG.
that.
It's a PG show. It's a PG show. But she's your. Well, whatever. You read between the lines. She's your character, lady protagonist. Okay. So where in the world did this persona come from? Why did you make her the way she is? Why didn't you make her smarter or dumber or different? Or why is she blonde? Why is she? Who is she? Why?
So Natasha was the all-American girl.
Okay. All right.
I had to, when I came up with the idea for the comic series.
I am Russian.
She's not Russian.
Okay.
I had to come up with archetypes of who would be what and what kind of personality. So I had to come up with a lead. I wanted it to be a female. So all-American girl, usually the most likable ones. I made her, she had to have a story as to why she got into the situation where she did. In the first issue, as you know, she got into a major car accident. And because of that car accident, set a chain reaction of events for the rest of the story to happen. So I basically came up with a reason and then worked my way backwards to why that reason would be. And a lot of times, a lot of writers have stuff that never sees print but it's in the back of their backstory. So
Yeah.
she was actually grew up in the Midwest. Once again, the typical all-American blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. That's right there. That's her look. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Right.
Midwest.
Right.
She was modeled after certain people.
Right.
Most notably with Britney Spears. That was the actress. Well, she wasn't even an actress back then. She didn't make the movie yet. Singer.
Pop star.
Pop star.
She was on the Mickey Mouse show or something.
Exactly.
So she was an actress.
Well, I didn't consider her an actress until she did Crossroads.
Oh.
Okay.
But that was in 2003, 2004 maybe, I'm thinking.
Sometime in the 2000s.
Yeah, but so it was that was the idea, the classic girl. And then we had to move her into the city, and because of the culture shock, that's why she's disorganized. And because she's disorganized, that leads to why she was in a rush to get to work because she never could get her act together. Doesn't mean that she's not intelligent, it just means that she's a fish out of water.
She never says anything that's that intelligent. I'm really not impressed with her.
with her dialogue.
She has a great body, but like I don't know what's in here.
And I also needed her to be on her own.
Okay.
So for her to be on her own, that means she had to move from one place to another, go into a big city, puts her fish out of water. That's how she came.
All right. So next question for your books: why tell these stories? Is there a reason why you chose these exact stories to be in your book?
So this particular story, since it's a 5-part story, beginning, middle, end, it does tell a full story arc once you get to the entirety of the end of the book, which, if people buy the books, it'd be a lot easier to tell the story.
Sure.
So the idea was when I was in the New York Academy of Comic Arts and Fantasy Illustration in Manhattan, at the time it was the 90s and I wanted to break into comics. So the idea was that I was told by the professors, one of which was Russ Brun, who draws the boys, who draws the cover of the comic book right now.
Yeah, awesome.
And the guy who ran the school is called Paolino, who you also know has been a guest on the show.
Awesome.
He was in charge of the school.
Yeah.
And they specifically told me at the time, remember this is the 90s,
Right.
to get into the comic book business because there was only 3, maybe 4 companies. Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse. Those are the 4.
I see.
You could only really get into Marvel and DC.
Okay.
Maybe if you were lucky, you'd get into Image Comics because Image Comics was a creator-owned company. So the idea was that you had to bring in a story to sell it to them, which they would buy, just like we were talking about before about being paid correctly. You would sign a contract, sign a deal, get your story in, and once you establish yourself as a comic book creator, then you can say, oh, this is my idea, and then you would have complete ownership of it. So the problem is, I would have to come up with something that I had to feel that I had to get rid of, be willing to lose to get my foot into the door. And that's how this book came to be. Because my original creation that I had was a very sci-fi, superhero-y type epic tale, which I came up with before to get into the comic book industry, but I didn't want to get rid of that. So I had to think of something at the time, which was anti-90s. So in the 90s, everything was extreme and crazy and to the max, as they used to say.
Okay.
So it was very anti. So this is why this story is a very small, self-contained story. Happens over a small amount of time. Yes, there are aliens in it, but even still, it's very low-key things that happens to the characters. I mean, you've seen the 2 issues. Not much crazy stuff has happened on the planet Earth.
Right.
Right. So that's kind of made it a grounded story. And that was why it had to be that way, because it was anti-whatever, and I was willing to get rid of it and to put it in there and to use up whatever goodwill I had, and then I'd be able to make my own thing. Obviously, that plan took way longer than I thought, and because it took over 30 years to get this far, I now have a stronger investment in this story and these characters than I do with my original story, which is yet to see.
Okay, so actually, you gave me the segue, even though I don't believe in segues. Creating a radio show in comics takes up a lot of time and energy. So, what drives you to create these things? And if radio and comics didn't exist, what 2 things would you replace them with?
So, there was a convention I was at, and there was a part, I was overhearing a conversation between 2 artists, and the artist said, the problem with being an artist is that you're a creator and you have to create. That's what you do. A painter paints, a builder builds, a creator has to create. So I felt the need, I had to get the story out, and I had to create it. And the radio show was one way to get this done. And the plan did work. because to get the radio show was to get into connections with
Right.
people in the industry, and I managed to get my book done. So it worked. Once again, it took way longer than I had planned.
All right, we're gonna go back to this God stuff. You ever try psychedelics or DMT or shrooms or anything you think would connect you to other worlds or dimensions or change the creator in you?
That question is way longer than the answer.
Well,
No.
hypnosis, meditation, anything that maybe would change your
As
perception of
a
reality?
recipient, no.
Interesting. But didn't you do hypnosis stuff?
Not as a recipient.
Ah, but you know, sometimes when you put someone else through, like I was a trainer for years. I did a lot of things with other people. But when I put them through the trainings, I would oftentimes feel what's going on in their body. I would actually feel different pains and things. I've also been told a medical intuitive. So maybe when you were putting someone through hypnosis, maybe you ever experienced anything they experienced? No, interesting.
No,
Okay.
I forgot we're on radio.
Yeah, we're ready.
Oh.
I was just gonna say.
No? No? All right. Well, but there's a lion head. A lot of people think there's lion heads in other dimensions. And I know someone who took shrooms and saw me as a lion. So lions might be relevant for saying. All right, switching gears, no segue. Top 2 songs or music artists
Top 2.
for today.
You gotta.
What do you feel?
What about them?
What are your top 2?
Put it on
What
the
are
plate.
your
Put it
top
in
2
the-
mark
in your
on the
comic book.
radio?
What would the soundtrack be?
Yeah,
So if I did like a James Gunn type deal and I had a good needle drop, Spice Girls, Smash Mouth,
Girl.
Billy Joel.
Oh, interesting. And if you had to sing karaoke right now, what are 1 or 2 songs you would sing?
Karaoke would be Fastball Away.
And if you had to write a song about me, what details would you include?
If I had to write a song about you,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm not a songwriter, so that's not even a valid
you're a comic
question.
You can write a song. You can write
I
a
can
comic.
write a
you can write
comic
a
about
song.
you, but I can't write a
Sing it.
Wait, you cannot write, just because you can write a
Sing
comic
it.
does not mean you can write a song.
Mom, you said that we wouldn't talk about it.
Crazy
See,
train.
I'm singing your comic book right here. You can sing the whole thing out.
I wouldn't be able to even, I would have to sit and think about what did I want to tell about the story and what about you did I want to put you through. So it wouldn't just be a story about you, it would be a story about you and what you do and what happens to you.
Right, so.
I couldn't come up with that on the spot.
Oh, come on.
It took me forever to write this.
Ah, come on.
30 years.
All right, related questions. Flock cameras and surveillance, good or bad?
What?
Unrelated question.
Unrelated.
Well, sarcasm. There's something that we use in this world.
Okay.
So that was a little sarcasm.
No, what was the question?
Flock cameras or surveillance
A flock?
systems. Yeah, there's something called flock cameras that are being installed all over the United States to monitor your speeds, where you're going, where you are. So
Okay.
anywhere you go, you're going to be tracked. You think
Okay.
it's a good thing or a bad thing, and why?
Bad. Because if I'm under the impression that we're supposed to be in the United States of America and we're supposed to be able to have the freedom to do whatever we want,
Yeah.
as long as it's not an illegal thing.
Well, maybe the protection is for your freedom.
But it's that whole debate about the freedom and then being observed, which takes away from it.
Are you going to fight for your right to party? Okay, next topic. AI. They say it's going to kill many jobs. Do you think that AI killing a lot of jobs is a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think AI is going to kill jobs in the same way as, it's the same way as CGI. They said it was going to kill a lot of jobs, but it also created a lot of jobs. I think AI in itself, because of how it is being represented, is a bad thing. If it was done the right way, AI would be a great thing. But because AI, as I've said many times on the show, is that if you take a 100-piece puzzle and take one piece of the 100-piece puzzle and take another, if you take 100 pieces of 100-piece puzzles and make your own puzzle and then say that's a new puzzle and that you own that puzzle or that's what AI is.
Right.
So that's bad because
Yeah.
they're not getting paid or compensated for it, which is something else that was in the news. If AI was being used correctly and people were getting compensated for it properly, I don't think AI would be a problem. But the problem is that they're not getting compensated and they're just using it as a cheat sheet, and that's where the issue comes from on my end.
Would you get a robot to clean your house and do things for you and cook for you if that becomes available for $25 a month?
A robot service.
Yeah, robot servant, basically.
And
They can cook and clean.
I'm not gonna take the bait. So I'm gonna say, I'll get a robot.
Wait,
So
what's the bait? What's the bait?
I'll just get a robot.
I wouldn't get a robot, actually. Because I'm not good at delegating, and I don't trust anyone to do my cooking or cleaning. And
You have a microwave.
it's not a robot.
You said you don't trust anything to cook and clean.
Well, I don't trust the microwave either. It does heat up the food, but I don't trust it. I'm like, I'm killing myself. What am I doing? Every time I do it, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm doing this again. What am I doing? You know?
But you still eat the food.
Well, listen, I'm an addict. I'm addicted to a microwave. That's what addicts do. They do things that maybe are against their best interests. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a perfect person, Mark. I know that I don't want to squash your dreams here. Cryptocurrency. Would you let anyone pay for your books with crypto? I want to buy the whole stack. Last question. Crypto.
I know
Can we buy
nothing about
crypto?
cryptocurrency.
You think it's going to stick around? You think it's a scam?
Do I think it's a scam?
Yeah, I want to get into your psyche today.
Sure. I don't know anything about cryptocurrency.
Sure, it's a scam. All right, well, that closes out our show today. So, Mark, what's your final thought?
Did you forget something?
Probably.
It's on the notes.
Well, we're gonna do final thoughts and then we're gonna do raffles and then.
Yes.
Oh, raffles are boring. Why don't you close out the show and then? But okay, Mark says we gotta do the raffles here. So we got our raffles. We got our raffles and what are we raffling off? We got the 2 tickets to the Eternal Con. And then 2 copies of Mark's book. So we'll have Charlie do my work for me. Thank you.
All right.
So
I know everyone on the radio wants to hear this.
So what's it gonna be first? The
Somebody
book or-
pick out this.
Let's raffle
Well,
off.
give
What's
me
it gonna be?
Yeah, pick this out.
2 tickets to the
I don't
Eternal
have my
Con.
glasses, I can't read it.
Here we go.
2 tickets to Eternal Con. 2
2
tickets to
tickets
Eternal
to
Con.
Paradise.
Someone's gonna be a winner.
Hold on, I gotta get it out.
We're going to the Eternal Con. Going to the Eternal Con.
Okay.
2 tickets.
376754.
376754.
Yep.
There's gotta be somebody in the room. Look
Nobody
at
left.
All right, well,
Has to be
see, this is why I
somebody.
want to do this after the show. All right, whatever. It's not
All right,
my
we'll
show.
go with
I'm
another
just
one.
guessing.
No, that's the winner. We'll put it aside. It's
We'll put
somebody
it
here.
aside. We got a
Okay.
mystery
And then
winner.
we'll do the.
All right,
the
now
book.
we're gonna raffle up 2 copies of the book.
Issue 1, issue 2.
Okay.
Designated.
376750.
376750.
Okay. How do you feel?
Lucky.
Lucky. He feels lucky. All right, and now we can close out the show, right? Okay. I just didn't want to do that. All right, whatever. So, give us your final thought.
This was a very interesting experiment. It went exactly as I thought it was going to go.
Hey, look at that.
So I want to thank Jen for handling the whole thing. I want to thank Lee for the technical aspects of it. I want to thank Charlie Saladino for being Charlie Saladino.
Yay!
I also want to thank the live studio audience, and I also want to thank
Kelly Gordon.
Kelly Gordon, but I was going to say the East Meadow Public Library
East
for having
Meadow
us here.
Library,
And
yay!
Kelly Gordon, who is, I like to joke, is in charge of that.
Where can we get your book?
Yeah, where can we get your book?
Oh, what a great question.
Let's give us your social media.
You can go to our website, www.itcamefromhere.com. There's a little button on there. It takes you right to the book.
Mhm.
We have issue 1 and issue 2 is on sale right now.
Right?
If you ever come to the live radio shows, which we have at the second Wednesday of every month, you can always come and get the books in person. And we have a deal in person for that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I just want to mention that we managed to turn the book into a radio play by Mr. Filmmaker Lee Kolinsky, and we performed it at New York Comic Con in 2023. Presented to us by Trauma Entertainment. Trauma Entertainment has agreed to do it again for this year. We are just waiting for confirmation on this panel. So everybody out there, go to our YouTube page, look up the video that we did from the panel, share it out there, tag Trauma, tag New York Comic Con, help us get in for this year.
And Charles Saladino, your final thought for the day?
Well, I do have a final thought. I would like to thank Mark for coming down, taking time and coming down.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want you to go out, buy his comic books. They're amazing, and Natasha is definitely hot. So go out and get
Yes,
that, and just be nice to everybody. Costs nothing.
Final thought, Lee Kolinsky.
Well, he kind of stole my thunder there.
Oh,
I
I
think.
didn't read
buy,
anything.
buy Mark's comic,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Issue
buy
1 and
it.
issue 2, maybe 2 and 1. I don't know. Just get them. You know,
Get it with crypto.
And maybe buy it through crypto.
Or steal them. Or try to steal them. And then we can sue you. All right. That's the end of the show. And the next live show is the 107th live show at the East Meadow Public Library. It's going to be on Wednesday, August 12th with comic book writer Jason Hewer. I always feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Sorry, Jason. We'll be raffling off a copy of his latest comic, and we're giving away 2 free passes to the Long Island Doctor Who? Doctor What? Convention.
Nice.
And thank you for listening to It Came From the Radio. This has been something. See you later. Bye.
You've been listening to It Came From the Radio with Mark Torres. The views of the show's hosts and guests did not necessarily reflect that of the management, owners, or staff of this station. We now return you to your earthly scheduled broadcast.
Thank you, everyone.
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
Sorry for holding you late. It's all my fault. You didn't sue me.
Ken, great job.
I don't
Good
know.
job.
Thank you.
I
Yay!
know, that was a great job.
Well, you know, some of it. Great to relative work, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm the one that won the Eternal Con tickets. Anybody want some?
Oh, you want it.
Who wants some? You want the Eternal Con tickets? Who want the Eternal Con?
Mark, I can unplug this, right?
When is it?
Mark,
You
can I
know?
unplug this or no?
Huh?
Do you know what date it is?
He said yes already.
Okay, never mind.
Oh,
It said September, that's all I know.
September.
September, do you
How
remember?
are you, Jen?
I'm good, I'm good.
Oh,
Busy,
12 and
yeah.
15.
Working a lot of phones and just had a meeting
Alright, so,
doing another phone.
There you go.
It's really good.
And then take a picture with you
Yeah, like lately I've been working on some stuff that looks
as a
like
winner.
super legit.
Would you sign?
You know,
Two
a lot
months
of
in a row.
pressure,
Actually,
but like I saw one
that's
for
the letter.
check,
She
it
can
looks
sign it for you as
super
well. Yeah,
like,
Jenny's here. She
phenomenal,
can
high
sign it for you.
end.
And she's the model on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Is your health getting better?
Let me take a picture, Mark.
Really?
Gotta go get, oh,
What's that? Take off my belt. I guess.
All right, there you go. Look at me. There you go. Awesome. There you go. Thank you.
Can you sign this for him?
Sure, do you want me to sign it like on the plastics or does it?
You don't sign it on the plastic.
Somebody
You
can
sign
sign
it
it
on
on
the
the
book. Because then
I
the
know.
signature goes on the
Yeah,
plastic,
then it
not
keeps
on the
the
book.
plastic.
Yeah, we got,
Do I do anything more?
we got different pens here.
Alright.
Taking a bunch of notes.
You know,
Yes.
I like to keep notes.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
sound off. I always forget to put the sound back on, and I miss 5,000 calls.
Alright.
Yeah, but how many of them are for solar panels?
Right, not much of a spam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good.
I started a block,
Wait, where am I signing this?
wherever you would like, that I could. do.
Inside? Do you want inside on the cover, on the back cover?
On the
On the
cover.
cover, please.
This book, like, come on, let's get.
Everybody
it's
else
a
is
free
gonna
country.
sign on the
It's a free
cover.
country with 4 cameras.
Everybody else is gonna sign on the cover.
And would you like me to say anything or not?
Just the same time.
Alright,
Oh, yeah.
alright.
Lou.
Drink water.
Yeah, I have a thing in the office.
Just keep on drinking water.
Boom, done. Put this back in. Thank you. Good, you're here, good.
And it is very painful, yes.
Good,
You
thank
gave
you.
her a bunch of pills and she was
I don't think so.
She's not part of
Not cool.
I'm not?
So there.
Never mind. It's easier to sign
Linda,
now.
you be safe now, okay? You be safe.
I'll be here for
All right, I'll see you now.
We have our,
Good, good,
our
thanks for
group
coming
is
to
meeting.
today's, most chaotic show.
We're in the little room. Yeah. Thanks.
Left side.
Interesting, different, like,
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, good.
$25 an hour. You could rent a robot. Where you come up with the number 25?
I don't know. You know, I was thinking of like something that's like so cheap that like you have to say. So like 25 a month. Like
I don't know one like that on your shoulder.
Yeah. Okay, it was setting the ambiance.
So she said there was action.
Yeah, he said yeah after a question. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
No, that's cool. It was so funny. I was like,
I just been doing a lot of.
I don't know. That wasn't in my notes. I'm just like, that's what the beauty of it. Sometimes you just call things out. Oh, okay. Yeah, the first half of reading things, I can read fun things like, I'd rather like break it up a little bit more.
no, it's true. And you can see the acting is true.
Well, I'm putting in that character mask. I gotta do this tomorrow for a movie script for 2 hours. Playing like 7 characters. Like, and they one of them is Jamaican, like you're saying, so it says in the script, Jamaican. You know the whole Simpsons after.
Are you gonna have it up on your face?
Yeah, it is a stage.
That's it. So we're gonna do it live.
Wait for it.
But it's actually, I was like, oh, I want to do it, and then I was like, this is actually it's a cool script. But one of the wife said, it's not, I'm playing a Jamaican accent. You know, the Simpsons guy got in trouble with white guys with a Jamaican accent. So I contacted the woman and said, I don't think I should do a Jamaican accent. I mean, I'll do almost anything, but it's like, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm not gonna
But
do
you know,
it.
hopefully since today from everything.
Right. I feel like there's one yeah, so I think that was like May. Could you imagine if I didn't think that I just start speaking Jamaican accent on
You have some
I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let's get away
That's kind of an adult
I don't think you're gonna play a white lady. I don't know.
This guy was phenomenal, and he played playing the dude on Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah. He was amazing. Right. But it's like, you know what? It's like Gus lots of really uptight people that work in those festivals, you know? More than like, let's do Russian. And luckily, I can speak the accent. I've never tried, actually. So,
But
you know, I can do Irish. Like, I don't know. I just like Irish where I can't speak. Maybe, but I've
I just thought he'd be.
it really is like, you want to do it,
even if it's last minute, I'll do
you
it.
know,
I want to see how it went.
and you do the workout, so people can check out.
Yeah, I just really watched that.
If it works out, then
Oh, yeah, it's a big thing, right? My dad's brother's addicted. Like, he actually said on her Father's Day years, he said, I'd rather he pulled over, we're going to a restaurant, he pulled over to McDonald's to get food, and get soda. Father's Day. I'd rather have sex. I heard this guy was doing that. Check him out. Kids that drink soda. Hey, good to see you. Yep, thanks for coming,
Thank you so much.
But yes, so that's yeah. I've lived it, I lived it. Same time every day. I don't know, I guess I just maybe school.
Just made a decision.
I had one at work actually, like I think it was a year and a half, I had one recently, and I was like, what am I doing, you know? But I
And it probably didn't even taste good stuff.
honestly, it wasn't even worth it. It wasn't.
Is that
But
it?
you know, you think of it, maybe if you can think of it like ruining your life, like there's certain things, like think of like maybe where you want to be and And if you
Well,
think of it
that's
directly.
that's what, cause I know you've
They say
done like
48 minutes.
on
Yeah.
Facebook, on your Facebook, and you make very great solid, and you do what your mind is, so, it's like you, I don't know if you have to bear behind what you do,
I always,
but that in place of it, and that to me is so.
That was the
Yeah.
message.
Actually, next
Been
time.
there, I just haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
That was,
Yes.
the message was a big fun video.
There was a.
Yeah, that's
Keep
it.
doing what you're doing. There was the rush back in there.
Absolutely.
And some
It
people
was so
like,
fun because they had like
one
this,
guy, I
especially on the holiday times, you see this long line of
he's
traffic
like, I
going
still
up
suck,
this
I
hill
gotta
to go
after
reach to
SNL,
the rush.
and
That
I
was
like,
like
oh, no,
so
it's
mean
good.
to me
Got it.
because it felt like,
It's like, I
you
got
know,
news.
it's like,
Another guy too,
at
died on
the
the
beginning
boat.
of the season.
The cover of his eBay thing, and then I got 2 numbers to contact.
Great
That
answer.
was like, me.
That was, I think there's only one person in the States.
Yeah, I think so.
Audis, I'm like, I can't.
Those are-
I was on this boat a few times.
That
I
one
got
was-
a message
It's a shame what
a
they
couple
did
days
to it.
later.
Well,
Within those days,
it was,
he died on
it was the internet.
It wasn't the
No.
internet. It was the guys who bought it. They decided to steal all the money.
But there's a,
Wow.
there's a method.
That was on, things like that was.
The guys who bought it was like a,
Well, when you ask the question, you,
it's
no,
like a
okay,
fairly kind of
I
company
gotta
they call it, but
pick up the pace.
Is this still running?
Yeah.
Which it is. It's not.
everything they could out.
Yes, okay, I'm going for the person, but they are questions after.